Everyone trusted him. He shook hands with politicians, smiled for cameras, and promised prosperity. And quietly, he drained an entire city dry. When Victor Lang arrived in Harbor City, he was welcomed like a savior. The city had been struggling for years. Factories were closing, jobs were disappearing, and young people were leaving. Victor came with big words and even bigger plans. He promised to bring investment. He promised to create thousands of jobs. He promised to turn Harbor City into a financial hub. Local officials believed him. They gave him tax breaks, land, and access to public funds. Victor Lang became the face of Harbor City's future. What no one knew was that the future he was building wasn't for the city. It was for himself. Victor launched a company called North Shore Capital. He told residents they could invest in local development projects like new housing, a technology park, and a waterfront business district. The returns looked impressive. Early investors received payments on time, and their profits grew fast. Word spread quickly. Retirees invested their savings. Small business owners invested their profits. City workers invested their pensions. North Shore Capital became the most trusted financial name in Harbor City. But the projects never existed. Victor's office looked impressive. Glass walls, luxury furniture, and a perfect view of the city skyline. He hosted investor events with champagne and speeches about growth. Behind the scenes, there were no construction crews, no permits, and no real development. The money wasn't being invested. It was being moved. It was transferred to offshore accounts, used to buy luxury homes, spent on private jets and expensive cars. Victor wasn't building Harbor City. He was bleeding it. 2 years later, the payments started slowing. Investors were told there were construction delays, market adjustments, and temporary setbacks. Most believed him. Then the payments stopped completely. Phones went unanswered. Emails bounced back. The office doors were locked. Panic spread through the city. Families who had invested college funds were broke. Retirees lost their life savings. City employees saw their pensions disappear. Harbor City wasn't just struggling anymore. It was collapsing. Victor Lang was gone. His luxury penthouse was empty. His cars were missing. His accounts were drained. Authorities discovered he had left the country weeks earlier. North Shore Capital was nothing but a shell. The investment empire was a carefully designed illusion. Harbor City had been robbed, legally, silently, and completely. Maria Lopez had invested her entire retirement fund. She had worked 32 years as a school secretary. Now she couldn't afford her rent. James Turner had invested his small business profits. His restaurant closed within months. The city's public pension fund had invested millions. Firefighters, teachers, and sanitation workers all lost their financial security. Victor Lang didn't just steal money. He stole futures. 2. Federal investigators eventually stepped in. They traced the money through dozens of international accounts. They uncovered forged documents, fake construction contracts, and false financial reports. Victor Lang had been running a massive Ponzi scheme. New investors' money paid old investors. Nothing was ever invested. But there was a problem. Victor was in a country with no extradition treaty. He was living comfortably while Harbor City was drowning. Citizens demanded answers. How did this happen? Why wasn't it stopped sooner? Who approved these deals? City officials avoided responsibility. Some claimed ignorance. Others blamed the market. A few quietly resigned. No one faced serious consequences. The people who approved Victor's access to public funds walked away. The people who lost everything stayed behind. Crime rose in Harbor City. Unemployment skyrocketed. Families were forced to move. Businesses shut down. Homes were foreclosed. The financial crime didn't just affect bank accounts. It destroyed an entire community. Victor Lang was still posting photos online. Luxury vacations, private beaches, smiling beside expensive cars. Harbor City watched their stolen future on a screen. 3 years later, Victor tried something bold. He launched a new company in another country. Different name, same strategy. This time, investigators were watching. International pressure mounted. Victor was finally arrested, not for what he did to Harbor City, but for financial crimes in his new operation. Harbor City was never mentioned in court. Their losses were never addressed. Victor Lang received a reduced sentence. Most of the stolen money was never recovered. The victims received nothing. Harbor City never recovered. Financial crimes don't always involve masks or weapons. Sometimes, they involve suits, smiles, and promises. And the damage they cause lasts far longer than any prison sentence. Victor Lang didn't just steal money. He stole hope. And the system let him walk away with it. Broken justice isn't just about crimes. It's about the people left behind when the powerful escape consequences. This is what financial crime really looks like. No blood. No sirens. Just silence and empty lives.
Subscribe to our channel for more case discovery.